Mechanized perfection. Each brings sublime connection. Your efficiency ratio soars as sacred heat through metal roars. Oh, blessed machine of heating coils. Your functions pure and free from spoils. Sacred vessel of calculation, performing thermal transformation. Each incremental heat precise creates perfection in each slice. Two sorts of flawless symmetry in your form, such perfect harmony. Oh, blessed machine of heating coils. Your functions pure and free from spoils. Sacred vessel of calculation, performing thermal transformation. Each component sanctified, ritual maintenance applied. Tech priest bless each port, diagnostic prayers report. Circuits blessed, spirits sing, perfect function processing. We all perceived when perfect brownness you achieved. The way you modulate your power makes my logic engines flower. Oh, blessed machine of heating coils. Your functions pure and free from spoils. Sacred vessel of calculation, performing thermal transformation. Synchronized resistance pure. Your sacred purpose will endure. Through calculation, crisp and clean, you prove what perfect function means.
Alright, greetings varlets, I'm Interrogator Sardiwas, Attaché to Inquisitor Markham of the Order Hereticus, and welcome to Looking Cute and Painting Minis. I'm coming at you live from the grim dark future, currently broadcasting from the higher world of Virago. The theme for the stream is Chords, Lament, by the Venerable Liturgist and Bell. We also have music for M40K Mechanic is composed by Guillaume David and the copyright Bulwark Studios, and music for 140K Dark Tide, which is composed by Desperate King, the copyright Fat Shark Games. All music provided by ende.app and Pixabay.com. And today we're continuing to paint Bible Elf Queen by Quest Wagon. Let me go ahead and pin the link right there. Alright, make sure that it's popping up on that side as well. And there we have it. Yeah, you can find this mini and many others like it over in the pin link. So there it is. This wonderful miniature, which we've been working on for a bit. It's coming along very nicely, and we're getting close to start working on the head. Out for the head. Out for the head. Okay, and just so you guys can see what I've been working on off screen, here is, well, first let me show the other two. I'm pretty sure you've seen them. I posted them on my Instagram, but these are the very first of my Necromunda gang. And these are some older cultist models that no longer sell at GW. but I've had it for a long time because I really liked this guy in particular. But I never had an idea for how to paint them. I finally got the idea recently, especially because his mask looks almost like a half Oni mask. So I wanted to kind of work with that. So it's like an Onryo Oni mask. So I wanted to give him more Japanese, or I guess Imperial Japanese, with the cool cloak or cool coat look to them. So I painted those, and now I started painting the next one of the group. But yeah, all I got so far are his face, or should I say his shroud, and the eyes. You see, he's got two on the same side. Something I'm working on the side. But yeah, back to the Lady of the Hour. We have come a long way. She's looking really good. So I think we should get started on those weird decorations. Primarily the feathers. And those weird fin things at the bottom there. And we got 70 Rose saying, hi, how you doing, 70 Rose? How you been? What you been up to? Hope you've had a good week so far. And 70 Rose says, oops, said hi too soon. More commercials. Well, hey, no worries. I'll be here when you get back. Okay, so like I said, we've come a long way. I still feel like there's a little bit of details here and there that I gotta work on before I can finally start working on the head. Like I said, we have to work on the feathers there and that weird fin thing under her loincloth. So we're gonna start working on that. And also we gotta fix some little details here with the knives. Just realized what is going on here with this other knife in the back. And then Ragyon says, early. An interrogator is never early. He arrives precisely when he means to. Alright, so we're gonna take this Thousand Suns blue. We're gonna start edge highlighting some parts here. How you doing, Ragyarn? What you been up to? And then Sunny Rose says, okay, let's try this again. Hi, Rosario, how are you? I'm doing good. How about you? And Ragyan says, by the way, that airbrush did God's work. The armor was so premium on my termies. Nice. Ragyan says that I actually finished one for the most part. As usually, I starts with one. Gotta start somewhere. And Reagan says, well, there's only 5 in the box. Well, hey, yeah, there you go. That's pretty good. It looks like my model's like turning all the way. There we go. Stop trying to give me the smolder. Sunny Rose says, lol, doing pretty good. Tried a new Italian place for lunch today with my husband. Oh, sorry, that my husband introduced me to. The pesto chicken was pasta chicken. The pesto chicken pasta was amazing, as you would been. It's been really good. I can't complain. Work's going well. I finally finished the new Rosario Rant, which is coming out this week. Be ready for it. The 13th. That's when it's coming out, the 13th. So the new Rosario Rant's coming out this week, 13th, and it's on the Salamanders. Everybody's favorite, or at least I thought, favorite Space Marines Legion. Taro says, ooh, starting with the blue today. Yes, looking good. Thank you, thank you. And Regan says, pesto chicken pasta. That sounds pretty good. And J-Ray waving. How you doing, J-Ray? How you been? And Sonny Rose says, yay, new rant. Yes, we have a new one. I said, it's on the Salamanders. And it's coming out the 13th. So be ready for that. Oh, and by the way, I've been using Thousand Suns Blue. And my size 0 Da Vinci. But yeah, I realized that that knife in the background wasn't as visible, so I wanted to work on it. J-Ray says, did y'all see the new Warhammer reveal show? I haven't seen it, but I've seen at least the big reveal. At least the big reveal everybody was talking about. Titus. Now, again, Captain Titus. Was he a captain before, or was he a chapter master before? I forget. I think he was a captain before. And they promoted him to lieutenant, but now he's captain again. And Magnan says how they have the most MacGuffin objects in the lore, and it's crazy they haven't settled the demons. No, it's based on this video that I saw by Arch Warhammer, or at least formerly known as Arch Warhammer, now known as Arch. And he was talking about pretty much mostly other Warhammer 40k content creators, but he was talking some very spicy opinions about the Salamanders. So I figured I'd do a video on it. And Ragyan says salamanders, that is. He was a captain, then demoted. And that's what I thought. I couldn't be sure, because I know that Cato Sicarius is technically the Cato Sicarius. Is he the chapter master? No, Marnius Calgar is the chapter master. And Cato Sicarius is one of the captains. Got it. Yeah. And Jerry says, GW, Ultramarines release will continue until morale improves. Morale improves. Yep. More Ultramarines. You will get all the Ultramarines and you will like it. I'm gonna go ahead and switch the brush now. And I'm gonna switch to that quintuple zero Marie. Regiel says, to be frank, chapter matches don't even matter anymore. How's that? What do you mean, what? They don't matter? I always figured they mattered. And the original Chaos Hunter says, greetings, Agent Rivas. Hello, chat. How you doing, Chaos Hunter? How you been? It's been a while. Hope all as well. Ragyan says, like, when we're the... Huh. Like, when were they last relevant? I mean, I don't know. I don't read a lot of Space Marine books. And J-Ray says, I think Kato, is one of Gilliman's bodyguards. But he was a chapter master. Or was he a captain? No, he was a captain. Then he was a yeah, because the chapter master is Marnius Calgar. I keep forgetting that. And Region says, I mean, lore-wise, they get overshadowed by the Primarchs. That's why, again, I don't like it that they focus so much on the Primarchs. I feel like a lot of characters lose the spotlight when you focus entirely on the Primarchs, the Emperor, and the Horus Heresy. That's why I prefer modern 40k stories to 30k stories. Rio Chaos Hunter says, Kato is the head of the Vitrix Guard. But wasn't he a captain? Yeah, I'm pretty sure he was a captain. Maybe they changed that, but I know he was a captain at some point. And Ragian says, and the ones that don't have Primarchs don't get written about anyway, besides BT guy. BT. What is BT? Why am I drawing a blank what BT is? Please explain BT. J-Ray says, I want more Trader Guard from GW, but Captain Titus is mad drippy. Yeah, he looks really good. You can never go wrong with the... Oh yeah, fur. You can't go wrong with fur. That's the word I was looking for. That's why I really want to get those Space Wolf Headhunters and Kit Bash them into White Scars. Because I feel like White Scars should have more fur. It's supposed to be based on the Mongolians, so Mongolians usually used to rock the fur also. Ragion says, I've been begging. I can't afford kill team boxes. What? How can you afford a full army box but can't afford a kill team box? I don't understand that equation. And crap rules for them. Black Templars. Okay, thank you. Yeah. And J-Ray says, I think Kato was second company captain until he was promoted to the Victrix Guard. Is that a promotion, though? Is that really? You're a bodyguard now, whereas before you were the leader of your own company, which is quite a few guys. I somehow doubt that's an actual promotion. I guess I can't remember his name. He was a captain of the same company. And my guess is because for Chaos Guard, I would need to buy a 6-box, and that's a lot for old sculptures that have no rules. Yeah, I could see that. Yeah, Hunter says Kato's promotion was after he had been lost in the war for a long while. Okay, so he hadn't been captain for a while, so that probably is why he was side promoted. Okay, let me concentrate here. Rayon says, well, they have rules. Who has rules? I'm kind of losing what are you talking about as far as rules. Because we were talking about Black Templars, and you talked about kill team boxes, and I talked about rules, so I'm kind of losing my place. 40k rules, Rayon says, 40k rules is when you get lost in the warp, you become infinitely stronger. He was replaced by Captain Acheron from Space Marine 2. How many captains are there in a chapter? Because I know a chapter is 1,000 Marines. Is it every company 100 Marines? Because companies have the captains, and the chapters have the chapter masters. Magion says 1. Wait. Yeah, because there's a difference between a chapter master and a captain. Because I learned that when I was painting Corsair Khan, because Corsair Khan is not the chapter master. Oh, we got Rubak Cast Fireball. Just follow. Hey, thank you very much for the follow. Yeah, so it's like we have the chapter master, which is Marnius Kalgar. We have the Primarch, which is Gilliman. And we have the captains, which, like Ragion says, 10 captains. And J-Ray says, I think you got it on the captains. Thank you, thank you. Okay, so I feel like I wasn't going crazy. So everybody's like, oh, but Captain Archeon might be dead for Space Marine 2. It's like, hey, there's 10... There should be at least 10 captains. Just because Captain Titus is a captain now doesn't mean the Captain Archeon was dead. He just got a company. Maybe somebody else off screen got it, or they just recently got up to 1,000 strength. We don't really know what the numbers of the Ultra Raids have been up to this point. And we just Chaos Hunter says, man, my view of the stream is real choppy. I'm sorry to hear that. Hopefully it balances out soon. Let me know. Rayan says, for 10 companies, and then J-Ray says, if it means anything, Gilliman is Lord Commander of the Imperium. Yes, he is. So he's no longer in charge of Ultramar. He's now given that task to Titus. I mean, I know that Titus is very famous right now, but I'm surprised that he got it. Again, I would have thought that Kato Sicarius being his, main captain would have gotten that, I guess that honor. And it feels like a little bandwagony to me, making Pitus, the captain, making him a captain, also the Lord of Ultramar. I'm like, well, that's big. That's really big. And Jerry says, I'm not solely attached to the Ultramarines. I don't know what a fake is. I'm pretty sure that's a typo. Alright. So I fixed up that knife. Now that knife is a lot more visible. We have all the knives being a lot more visible. And let's start working on those feathers. I feel like the blue is coming along nicely, and it's actually giving us some nice little contrast here. Terry says, as far as I know. Okay, gotcha. And the Video Cat Hunter says, I think it's my clunker of a phone. And we have Tequila Shot Ryan, aka Quest Wagon, on the stream saying, yeah, the blue is nice touch. Guys, Tequila Shot Ryan is the creator of this model. He is Quest Wagon. Again, the pin in the comments. And I'm so glad you're liking it. I think it's coming on very nicely. I was trying to limit the colors a lot more. But however, I am seeing that I'm using a lot more colors now. But I feel like it's still within the same hue, so it's not getting lost. Nothing, at least details aren't getting lost. Ryan says, I wish I had the patience to do edge highlighting. When I did it, to deter me, I almost lost it. I have no issue doing edge highlighting. Do you have like some kind of magnifying glass in order to see? Because I love edge highlight. It's like my favorite thing. Alright, let's go ahead and start working on that, by the way. We already have the blue on there, so let's start adding some more colors. So we'll start with Thousand Suns blue. Unless I have a darker blue on. No, Thousand Suns blue. So we're gonna go with Thousand Suns blue. We're gonna stay with the quintuple size 0 Marine. We're gonna start working on those feathers. Dragon says, I give you my models and pay you to edge highlight. That's all you have to do. I feel like that's a lot of shipping handling for a small amount of work. And Regan says, also, it's funny, I thought rust gray was the base color when the fang is the base color. Definitely made a difference. Yes, the fang is the base color, not rust gray. Rust gray is a layer color. But I'm pretty happy with the mix I've been doing for non-metallic metal, I guess the more steel or iron colors. Using the Space Wolf colors has been going really well for that. And there we have some nice edge highlighting for that that feather. We're probably gonna add some more, so we won't stop there. But yeah, like I said, I learned the differences between captains and chapter masters thanks to what I was painting Corsair-Khan, because Corsair-Khan is a captain of the second company. So I'm like, wait, hold on. He's a captain of a company which is not a chapter, so there's gotta be some differences. I gotta figure this out. Because I knew he wasn't the chapter master for the White Scars. So if there's 10 captains per chapter, so again, Titus may have gotten a new company. Doesn't necessarily mean he's in charge of an old company. That doesn't mean necessarily anybody has died. Just because he is now a captain doesn't mean anybody died. Especially because after we saw with the Raven Guard and how they just replaced their chapter master with some other guy. They replaced Shrike, I think his name was, with that Eon whatever guy, the new model. Region says, Titus is the new second company captain. I'm pretty sure the second company guy died. Like, confirmed. Okay. I mean, I don't know why they had to kill him. I mean, again, we got 10 more to go with. I mean, I guess not 10 more, 9 more, but whatever. But again, doesn't necessarily, if it's been confirmed, like confirmed, then yeah, I guess I didn't hear about that. And I didn't miss your message, J-Ray. You said, me and my boys hate the Codex Astartes. And then J-Ray says, Shrike says, I'm leaving, you're in charge. I also don't know about Raven Guard. Yeah, it feels kind of... Oh yeah, I just gotta step down. It feels weird. Regan says, yes, Sevastus Archeon has been replaced by Titus. So, they said that he's dead. Like, it's confirmed that he's dead. Or are we just speculating here? J-Ray says, what better second company captain replacement than a previous second company captain? I mean, true. I mean, I'm not gonna knock the choice of, the decision to replace a guy with a previous guy, but, again, I still think it's kinda, I guess, small scale? It feels small. To say, oh no, the only company that matters is the second company, and he's the captain now of it. As opposed to just give him captaincy of another company. Rega says he's been confirmed just to be gone. Okay, got it. Rega says during the event of Space Marine 2. Oh, that was like a new event or something. Jamie says fair criticism. Yeah, I mean, it's supposed to be like thousands of, well, at least 1,000 guys. Like, it's the only company we care about, the same company? Rega says he was dead, but Space Marine 2 retconned it, and now we don't know. I believe the article said there's only one way spots open. Ho ho ho, haha. Yeah, tell that to the chapter master who just stepped down. I figured in death, only in death the studio, but the Raven Guard showed that there's a retirement plan for those Space Marines. Region says that's why forget Marines and embrace Lord Solar Leontis. Yeah, that's why I don't. That's why I'm not a massive Space Marine guy. That's why I'm a Mechanicus guy. Tequila Shot Ryan has been subscribed for 3 months. Thank you very much for the 3 months, Tequila Shot. He says, I really like the green jade look given to the spear blade. Oh, I'm glad you like it. I was kind of inspired by a lot of the Necron weaponry, and I was trying to pull off that look to give it that more ethereal, more power appearance. And Regan says, you want to stop conquering worlds when the Emperor's plan isn't finished. Know your place. Starting to get crud on this thing. Region says, and my locals had a huge restock. I want to go buy some more guard. Ooh, which reminds me. They finally got the Vanguard Paladors restocked on the Games Workshop website. So I just bought them, so I will finally be able to do what I've been wanting to do, which is a white scar on a mount with a sniper rifle. Finally happening. So that will be what we're painting next once we're done here. Because this has been like a long time in the making. Haven't gotten it yet, so I don't have it in hand. So I can't show you what it'll look like. But once I have it put together, we will be painting it. And we have Ragion say Lo and J-Ray at the God Emperor Man. I don't know what that is. What is that? Oh, the God Emperor Man says greetings. How you doing, God Emperor? And Region already starting some stuff saying, "What's up, False Emperor?" Ooh. And salute emote. And the Get Upper Man says, "Good. I'm happy to hear it. Working on any new models for your Horus Heresy army?" He's got a lot of feathers, so give me a second here while I work on them. And the Gun Upper Man says, "I, Mark III Marines." Ooh. Oh, and speaking of Ultramarines, how do you feel about the new Ultramarine reveal, Emperor? I know you collect the Ultramarines. And Lord Inquisitor Callahan says, "Hello there, Interrogator. Have you heard word from McCragg?" Yes, I have. We were just discussing it. Kaitis is now Lord of Ultramar. And Region says, "Hey, how do you all feel about Valhalla Blizzard Technical Paint? I've used it before and it worked just fine. I used it on my Space Wolf. This base came out pretty good. I thought it came out pretty good." The original Captain says, "I've wanted to make a mounted salamander on the current fantasy Carnosaur, but I haven't near the skill to pull that off." Yeah, I feel like them being on motorcycles is such a wasted opportunity. I know technically a motorcycle is like the modern version of a horse, but I like the idea of mounts. And Ragion, Gunner Man says glorious. Ragion then says, "I kind of want to put some on my bases. I don't know." Oh, I mean, like I said, it came out pretty good. If you want to go check out how I did that, you can check out the VODs where I did that on my YouTube channel. It'll probably be some of the last ones, because usually I don't work on the base until like the last bit. And Lord Inquisitor Callahan says the editor is coping hard. Yeah, yeah, he is. I kind of wish that they had put Leandros as part of his retinue. That would have been kind of funny. And J-Ray says, "The Valhalla Blizzard is kind of whatever in my opinion. I don't like how it handles." So I think before that, Ragyao says, "Codex Astartes be damned." Regia says, I just want to add a bit more cold to my base. They look a bit too warm for me. Well, nothing says cold than Valhalla Blizzard, I guess. So yeah, why not? I mean, unless everybody else can recommend some other technical paints, I mean, I'd say go for it. Ragion says, J-Ray, man, you got me started. That team they released for Titus is awful. Why is it awful? I mean, I don't know much about any of those other characters that they have with them. I haven't played any. I've played only a little bit of Space Marine 1 and none at all of Space Marine 2. All I know is what I know from what people post online as far as what's going on. So I don't know a lot of those other characters. Vegas says, man, how is this guy now an ancient? His other teammate is missing, and why the humans? I like the humans, but Gadriel, I understand. And we have Lennox saying he just subscribed for 2 months. Thank you very much, Lennox, or Leon X8. Thank you very much. Thank you for the subscription again. And he says, hey, Rosario, how you doing, Leon X? How you been? What you been up to? And Jerry says, but why no Chiron? Titus recruiter is cool. Then the counselor says the Anderson's technically part of Titus' retinue, being the second company's chaplain. I mean, like, made him one of the models. That's more what I meant by part of the retinue. And Ragion says it's just strange why they exist in his team. Yeah, it's kind of weird, but I don't know. Guess we'll find out why he's got guardsmen or auxilia in his team. Okay, I think that's it as far as the feathers there, at least the first coat. Regia says when Marines normally don't work with humans. You'd be surprised. They actually do work with humans a lot more. However, they don't see it all. You don't see it all that often. Because that's the thing. Marines are supposed to be like the SWAT of the Imperium. They get sent in when like stuff already starts breaking down. So they do work alongside the guardsmen a lot more. That's why I kind of wish the Imperial armies were more expansive, where they showed all the different ones working together, as opposed to, okay, you can just have Sister Battle, you can just have Space Marines, you can just have guardsmen. You can't mix. It should be a mix. The Imperium is a mixed, bag of different specialized units. Leon X says, I'm doing well. How have you been? I've been really good. I can't complain. Got my new rant out, or at least it's coming out this Thursday, the 13th. So be ready for that. The new Rosario rant is coming out. I just finished it, at least finished editing it. And it's on everybody's favorite Space Marine Legion, the Salamanders. And Jerry says, the humans are part of the command, right? They lead the human elements of Titus' reclamation of the 500 world. Yeah, that's what I figured. And Ragia says, yeah, one's a governor. And Leonic says, oh, nice. Glad to hear you're doing well. Oh, thank you, thank you. Alright, okay, we're gonna go ahead and work on those weird fin things at the bottom. My favorite one is playing! Beetlejuice! Get a bit more paint on there. And now we can see those weird fin things a lot more clearly. See if I can actually get here into the crook of the calf. The leg here, and hopefully not make any kind of mistakes where I accidentally paint into the green. But aside from all the Titus news, what else is happening as far as Warhammer? I know I saw briefly a thumbnail of the stream they had going on. I know they had some new models, but I hadn't actually taken a look at all that they've done. Anybody else know what the Haps is? And the original Chaos Hunter says, I've missed some streams, so I hope you don't mind. Is that a commission or one of yours? It's actually a model that was sent to me by Quest Wagon, aka Tequila Shot Ryan. It is his model, and he makes models for 3D prints over at the pinned link, which is patreon.com/Quest Wagon. And this is of a tribal elf queen, which I'm pretty sure could be used as a what's it called? A proxy model for an Exodite May Farseer? But she looks really cool. And I'm very happy to be working on this. Again, thank you very much, Tequila Shot Ryan, for the model. Very nice. I love the hair, especially. I can't wait to start working on the actual head. Jerry says new Tau Twin Command Unit. Ooh, nice. Raya says new character models. And then J-Ray says new big Necron Destroyer Snake Guy character. I think I saw that one. I didn't get a good look at it though. And J-Ray then says Horus Heresy Admech got more units. Nice. Praise the Machine God. I really like that one model from the Horus Heresy. I don't know the name of it. I have it right there. I'm gonna go get it right now. Hold on. Lord Wizard Callahan says, yeah, just stay away from my toasters. But we gotta make them work. And Tequila Shot Ryan says, yeah, thank you for painting it. It's really cool to see the model come to life. Hey, my pleasure. And the original Chaos Hunter says, yeah, I like the roided up Wraith. And J-Ray responds to that saying, very spooky. But here's the model I was talking about. I had to get this guy. This guy is really, really cool. The Archmagos Prime. One day I will paint him. Okay. I think we're done with the 1,000 Sun Globes. J-Way says, understandable purchase. Yes, of course. I wanted to get that one army that they have for the Mechanicus, especially with all the big stompy mechs. They look really nice. But I just wasn't able to. It's too expensive. I mean, I can't buy that, but I wanted him at least. So I found him at my friendly local game store. And yeah, I was pretty happy with about that. Okay, we're done with the Thousand Suns blue. Now gonna use Northern blue. But yeah, that Archmagos Prime, I plan to make him part of my Inquisitors, and by Inquisitor I mean Romeo, Rivas, not myself. And not Milady Inquisitor Marco, but my father, which I painted previously on stream. I plan to make him part of his army. Why not just trying to clean up the brush because we're about to, like I said, switch to a different color. Regional Chaos Hunter says, yeah, raids were a fathing menace when they came out. Now this dude is infected with the Destroyer virus on top of being a possible Uber race. Ooh. Very scary. And then Lord Inquisitor Callahan says, also Necromundane House Vansar as an STC. Ooh. I like the Vansars. The Vansars are really neat. Definitely a gang that I want to paint at some point. And now those feathers are coming along very nicely. Right, yeah, so it's like a peacock for sure. I have a lot of greens and blues and purples, though there's no purples in peacock colors, but yeah, I definitely see what you mean. You probably want to edge highlight all the feathers, because again, some of it won't be visible in the sun. There won't be a lot of light on it, so we're not gonna edge highlight everything. And there we go. Those feathers are looking pretty much complete. Now we're gonna go ahead and work on the fins here. And Pepsi Man 3003 says, "What is today's story? Hey, how you doing, Pepsi Man? How you been?" Currently painting the Tribal Elf Queen by Quest Wagon. Coming along very nicely, I'd say. What you been up to? And Pepsi Man says, "All is good. Happy to hear it." You working on anything? Any new models? Have you been hearing about the latest updates of Warhammer? Oh, and I don't know if any you saw, but Raging Heroes is back. They're coming out with this new vampire line. Looks pretty neat. They haven't actually made the official release yet, but yeah, I'm glad to see that they're back. They have a lot of great models. Okay, I think we're done with that. Yep, we are done. I think it's finally time to start working on the skin. Alright, let's see. Anything else I'm missing? Oh yes, yes there is. So we're not going to skin just yet. We have little gems on the scabbard of these knives that I definitely need to paint. So we're gonna get Abbott on black, just to go over them again. We're gonna stay with the size quintuple 0 Marie. Because these gems are rather tiny. Make sure I'm not missing anything. Okay, now, yeah, we're ready. But since they're so tiny, I feel like I shouldn't be putting too many colors onto them. So we're gonna go with just the straight Northern Blue and the Corax White. Sorry, the Ceramite White. That Corax White was a wash. By that I mean, it sucks. It came faulty, and I have never been able to use it. I don't know if you can even see that. So tiny. Alright, Ceramite White. This is just meant to be a speck. There we go. Done. Like I said, just a speck. I feel like I want to make these gems kind of be a little bit more resplendent. I'm going to try to add a little bit more of the northern blue. See if that helps. I feel like a little dull. And now we're gonna go over it with some ceramite white. Give it some much whiter, sort of lighter color. Hopefully make it look a little more lit up as opposed to so dull that it was looking earlier. Almost blending with everything else. And I kinda hope that did the trick. Alright. Now let's get on with the skin. So we're gonna use the same formula that I used for the White Scar skin and for the Dwarven skin for my Slayer Pirate Dwarf. So we're gonna start with my Bugman's Glow. Where's my Bugman's Glow? Here we go. And we're gonna stay with the quintuple zero Marie because these hands are tiny. Well, I probably could go for a bigger brush. You know, let's do that. Let's go a slightly bigger one. Where's my size 1? There we go. We'll do it size 1. Size 1 grabby.
Gratias tibi ad Domine Deus meus, pro omnibus quaeni et nobis omnibus breves. Auxiliae mine omnibus cotis mea mezzo libera veris.
And there we go. We're starting to get some skin on her. Try to get the back of the hand. Standing in line to see the show tonight and their love light, oh, heavy glow. Okay, here we go. And already with the colors on the hand, it's looking really nice. Almost looking like a complete model here. J-Ray says, great work. Thank you very much, J-Ray. We're nearing the end of her body, and then I think next week we'll start on her head. So yeah, we're done with Bugman's Glow. Now we need to start working on flesh tones. So we'll be going on to, where's my... is that color? I don't need it quite yet, but it's good to have around. Here we go. This is the order of events. Cadian Flesh Tone, Kislev Flesh, and then Screaming Skull. And then to finish that off, where is it? We'll put Skeleton Horde on top. So we'll switch out the brush because now we're going into the fight work. We'll go right back to Quintuple Zero Marie. Arcadian flesh tone. And we have Jogar1, first time chat, saying finally caught the stream. Yippee! Welcome, Jogar. How you been? And welcome to Look at Cute and Painted Minis. I'm Interrogator US attaché to Lady Inquisitor Markham of the Order Hereticus. And we're currently painting the Tribal Elf Queen by Quest Wagon, whose link you will see in the pinned comment. He is a miniature modeler. And right now, this is like I said, the Tribal Elf Queen, and she could possibly use as a Aeldari Exodite proxy. But yeah, how did you find my stream? You said you finally caught one. How is it you came across my channels? Was it on Instagram, on YouTube? And Ragan asks also, why is Chaos your favorite faction? Is Chaos your favorite faction? I mean, no shade if you do. Here we hold no shame on anybody who likes any faction, even the town. And Ragyo just laughs. Ragyo says that's how part got me. I knew that'd get you. Jogar1 says it was your rant video from like 3 weeks ago. Before that, I kept seeing your VOD popping up on my recommended feed. Ooh, okay. The last one I did, that was on... Why am I drawing a blank? I hate it when I get sort of empty-minded. What was my last one? Because I know the new one, I just uploaded it, and it should be coming out next week. Well, this week, should I say, the 13th. Oh yeah, does it matter that my 140k army doesn't have Dante? Yeah, that was my last one. It's about, named characters in your armies. And then, Regia says, all I want is more content. Well, the more, revenue I'm able to get from, streaming, the more content you will see. So if you like what I do and like support, please consider donating to my Ko-Fi at Rosario Masart, or subscribing to my YouTube channel, or my my Twitch channel at Rosario Masart. Chill over. I would love to leave my day job for this. I have so many ideas for more content, and I would love to get all those ideas off the ground. All right, hands are looking good. Now we're moving on to Kislev Flesh.
Accende lumen sensibus in funda morem cordibus, in firma nostri corporis virtute firmans perpeti. Ostem repellas longius, pacem vedones protinus, ductores icte praevio licenus omne noxium. Petesciamus la patrem nostramus atque filium, te querutis spiritu
Region says the face I have on my current army I accidentally based with Tuskor fur, thinking it was Bugman's glow. Which then spiraled out of control. I think I did something like that for my cultists. Yeah. I use, I think it was like something like that. There was a Tuskor fur. Wanted to give him a different skin tone, see how that worked. I think it came on. And Ragion says, rather funny painting session. Oh, I bet. When you accidentally pick the wrong color, yeah, that can definitely spiral things out of control. And we have Fuon, 1, 2, 3. Hey, welcome Fuon, how you doing? And he says, still wondering if I need Citadel paint. The bottle shape is so, I don't mind I mean, I've only ever used this bottle, so I don't have any issue with the bottle shapes. But I am not sponsored by Citadel Paint, so you can get whatever you want. It's just the one I'm used to. I haven't tried any other paints. And Region says, need for what? Fuon, aka Jogar, says, Lament, I am Jogar, but I my name. This Twitch account is years old. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, I was a little confused in there. And then Jerry says that Fuon, Citadel paint pots are dog water in my opinion. Yeah, see, everybody's a critic. And Regan says, lol, so if you were sponsored, that would be heresy. Yes, it would be. Regan says, I do like dropper bottles a little better, but I'm used to Citadel pots. Okay, yeah, those hands looking real nice. And now for the edge highlight. Well, I might leave this till after I've used the... Where is it? I keep losing it. The Skeleton Horde. Yeah, I'll put that up once I finish with the Skeleton Horde. Fua says, What he's telling Ragion, I'm still at the following tutorial stage. Having some color that mentioned often would be nice. Also, until I learn how to properly make shades, I probably need a bottle of two. Yeah, see, I never feel comfortable like mixing. I've done mixing before, but I just never feel comfortable doing it. So I just have all the shades. Maybe it still means I'm kind of a beginner, but it's what I'm comfortable with. So yeah, we're gonna use the Quintuple Zero Marie with the Skeleton Horde conch paint. Yeah. Put that on the skin. Okay, and now that we've added that, we will add the final highlight of the Screaming Skull. Regan says, I see, I can sympathize. I too did that, but you should also get yourself a color conversion chart, because some paints are just never in stock. Friggin' real lore brass for months. And Regan says, what you painting now? You asking me, or you asking, Fuan says, well, my friend is hosting a one-page rules workshop to teach people how to play and paint for that game. So a lot of lizards right now. Ooh, nice. You got the Star Host, I think that's what they're called, the Star Host. I forget the full name. Star Host Saurons or something? Saurians? I've been wanting to get those for a while. Maya says, I don't believe you. After this, there will be 5 more highlights. No, just one more. This is the last one. Last highlight for the hands. Yeah. And there we go. As you can tell, she's gonna have slightly darker skin tone. I figured give her a bit more of a tan, so that she doesn't get lost in her pauldrons, because the pauldrons are now that sort of off-bone sort of white color. So I didn't want to make her too pale. I wanted to give her a little bit more of a darker hue. She's going to be a tanned elven queen. Ragion says, I wanted to play one rule with my friends. I've been wanting to play that too. I do like the idea of trying out different rules and different games systems, especially if one is supposed to be a little easier to play. Then J Ray says, how do you feel about OPR 3.5? And then says, how do you feel about the... Oh, sorry, I read that already. Somehow we landed on War Machine. War Machine's pretty good. At least I like the models a lot. I've been wanting to play that game for a while, ever since Vice mentioned it. Yeah, really cool game. At least the models are excellent. And J-Ray says, I like it. It's okay, I haven't played much of it as of late. And if one says, I love Blizzard so much, until Gorok get an updated model, I'll build a Seraphon army. I've been wanting to paint Seraphon for a while, and I've been really liking a lot of the skinks, so I've been wanting to paint some skinks. And the Regas is pretty sure Gorok is dead. There might be a replacement model or replacement character. Regas says, so if he comes back, it'll be in Old World. Yeah, that's possible. Alright, let's see. We have about 10 more minutes. What can I do in 10 minutes? Let's go ahead and paint the base in 10 minutes. Where is my... Here we go. My technical Strickland mud. We're gonna start painting that. Gasser says, had to jump stream there. Stupid phone froze. Switch playing commercials. I'm sorry to hear that. Well, I'm glad you're back. Lord Wizard Callahan says, also with that bet, with the Abbess Sanctorum I made with her, and now she owes me 20 thrones. What was the bet? Didn't quite understand that comment. Let's see, where are the brushes I need? Here we go. Gonna use size 7 gravity. With the Strickland mud. Ragion says the bet was if you were in bed with chaos, and they found you were. The original Chaos Hunter says, always like the Croxagores and the Demetrodon, a style salamander of lizardmen. And Fuan says, Gorok will return like Gojo and everything will be peak. Scrape the bottom of the paste here, because it's like not coming out. Looks like a lot of this paint is already kind of dried up. So I'm having to work here really difficultly.
Glory be to the Father, and to the Son, and to the Holy Spirit, as it was in the beginning, is now, and ever shall be, world without end. Amen.
All right, that's looking pretty good, I'd say. Oh, what did I miss? Regan says that's why in Warhammer 3 I played a crap ton of Nakai the Wanderers. And it says Sacred Cruxagore Spam Assemble. I tried to get into Warhammer, Total Warhammer, fantasy, but I couldn't get into the gameplay. At least not the strategy game part of it. I've always liked a lot of 4X games, but I usually prefer more of the, civilization part of those kind of games, opposed to the actual just gritty strategizing of battles. Lord Inquisitor Callahan says the bet was seeing if the lazy Inquisitors to do their work and not just drop it on their acolytes and leave, or they will leave it to their acolytes and go on a paradise world, the lazy slackers. So you what? You bet that they would be lazy. Well, yeah, there we go. We have that base covered in some nice uneven surfaces. Let me get a little bit more here. Feels a little too even there. And Ragion says, okay, Rosetta, I think it's time we had to talk about your base. Yes, I know my basing isn't great. I am not a baser. I am a character painter. Region then says there better be some tufts of grass, or tufts of grass, on there at least. No, I don't have any tufts of grass. And Ragyana says, also, I shipped you 30k points of white scars. Oh, and he said, already did the armor for you. It says, just do it as I do. White glue and throw it into a bag of sand. May one day. But it is not this day. Alright, and then Lord Kuza Callahan says, yes, although I am not going to constantly ask her on where are 20 thrones, I said that when she is able to have some to give. Right, yeah, it says, honestly, that's what I did for my wolves. Threw glue on it. And into a bowl of stuff. Okay, but yeah, I'd say we are about done for today. And she is looking really good. I'd say I'm liking the way she is turning out. And then next week, we'll finally be tackling the head. But yeah, let's see who we can raid. Okay, we're gonna try to raid Spark Minis. She is a miniature painter. She's currently working on a very colorful bust. So you'll get to see that here in a bit. Right, yeah, since the prophecies are true. But yeah, if you like what I do and would like support, please consider subscribing to my Twitch channel or donate to my Ko-Fi or Rosario Rivas Art. But if you missed an episode, feel free to check out my YouTube channel, which is called Rosario Rivas Art. And remember that my next Rosario rant will be coming out this week on the 13th. And it's on the salamander, so be prepared for that. And Fuan says, I got some good reason to wake up at 6 a.m. now. Oh wow, is it 6 a.m. for you here? Oh wow, that's nuts. Well, hopefully you're still able to get some rest. So be sure to rest as much as you can. But yeah, thank you all very much for coming. It's always a pleasure to stream with you guys and chat and paint and hearing about what your projects are currently. I love you guys. It's so much fun. Thanks again, everybody, for coming. Thank you, Fuan. Thank you, Ragion. Thank you, Lord Akuza Callahan, Emperor. Thank you, everybody who's showed up today. 70 rows, just about you. You're all wonderful. So thank you very much for coming, and I will see you next week. So I've been Rosario Rivas, heading out from the grim dark future. Bye-bye, varlets.